Imagine a city with no cars, no buses, no motorcycles, just water everywhere you look. This city is real, and its name is Venice. Venice is in Italy. It is one of the most unusual cities in the world. Instead of roads, Venice has canals. Canals are like rivers that flow between buildings. People there travel by boat. One of the most famous jobs in Venice is the gondolier. A gondolier is a person who rows a special boat called a gondola. These boats are long, thin, and black. They move quietly through the small canals of Venice. If you visit Venice, you will see gondoliers everywhere. So what does a gondolier do every day? Their main job is to take tourists on rides through the canals. Tourists come from all over the world to visit Venice. Many of them want to see the old buildings and bridges from the water. A gondolier rows them slowly and shows them the city. It sounds like an easy job, but it is actually very hard. To become a gondolier, a person must train for a long time. The training takes about 6 months and includes 400 hours of practice. That is a lot of hours. During this time, students learn how to row the gondola while standing up. The gondola moves on water, so the gondolier must have very good balance. Gondoliers also learn how to swim very well. This is important because they work on water every day. If a tourist falls into the canal, the gondolier must help them quickly. So gondoliers are like lifeguards too. Safety is a very important part of the job. Another skill gondoliers learn is how to speak other languages. Most of their customers are tourists from many different countries. A gondolier might talk to someone from Japan in the morning and someone from Brazil in the afternoon. So gondoliers practice English and other languages. This helps them talk with customers and make the ride more enjoyable. After all this training, a person must get a license. A license is an official paper that says you are allowed to do the job. Getting this license is very hard, and only a few people succeed. Today, there are only about 400 licensed gondoliers in all of Venice. That is a very small number for such a famous city. Now, let's talk about the gondola. A gondola is a very special boat. It is long and thin, and it is made of wood. Skilled workers build each gondola carefully by hand. Because of this, gondolas are not cheap. One gondola costs between 35,000 and 50,000 euros. Here is something surprising. Each gondolier must buy their own boat. The city does not give them one. That is a lot of money. But the gondola is their tool for work, and they must take good care of it. The gondola has a very smart shape. One side is a little longer than the other side. This helps the gondola go in a straight line when the gondolier rows on only one side. At the front of the boat, there is a shiny metal piece called a ferro. It is one of the most well-known symbols of Venice. Gondolas have been in Venice for hundreds of years. Long ago, rich families used them to travel around the city. Today, gondolas are mostly used by tourists, but they are still a very important symbol of Venice and its long history. How much do tourists pay for a gondola ride? A standard ride costs about 80 euros for 30 minutes. In the evening, the price goes up a little. Some people think this is expensive, but when you think about the training, the license, and the cost of the boat, it makes sense. During the ride, the gondolier stands at the back of the boat. They use one long oar to push through the water. They push the oar against a wooden post on the side of the boat. This gives them control and direction. Gondoliers must also go through very narrow canals without hitting walls or other boats. This takes a lot of skill and practice. Some gondoliers also sing during the ride. They sing Italian songs while rowing through the canals. The sound of singing on the water is very peaceful and romantic. Not all gondoliers sing, but many tourists hope to hear a song. It makes the experience feel very special. Being a gondolier is a proud job in Venice. People in the city respect gondoliers very much. The job has a long history. Many gondoliers come from families where the father or grandfather was also a gondolier. They pass the love of the job from one generation to the next. It is not just a job, it is part of who they are. The job has challenges too. Gondoliers work outside every day, in the sun and in the rain. They row for many hours and their arms and legs get very tired. The canals can be very busy, so gondoliers must always be patient and careful. But gondoliers love their work. They spend their days on the water in one of the most beautiful cities in the world. They meet people from many different countries and share the beauty of Venice with them. Every day is a little different, and when a tourist smiles and says thank you at the end of a ride, the gondolier knows they did a good job. Venice is a city like no other, and the gondolier is a job like no other. It takes skill, hard work, and love for a very special place. The next time you see a black gondola moving quietly through a canal in Venice, you will know the person rowing it worked very hard to be there.